here in Lebanon, and we've been speaking with children's leaders from all across the Middle East, and it has been amazing what God has been doing. It's so great to see these people's passion for the Lord in the middle of some very difficult circumstances. And as people are fleeing from Syria into many of the different countries, the church is saying we're glad they're coming because we are able to preach the gospel to them. It's great to see how God is moving and bringing people to himself from many different backgrounds, and God is alive and working here. It's been our real privilege to be serving these people, to be training and equipping them, and we look forward to seeing what God is going to do among this generation of children here in the Middle East. I'm excited that God is stirring up this generation from a very young age right up to now. You know, even from the womb, God is setting apart this generation. One book which is just about to be released, we've written, is called Jesus, Your Baby and You, because children in the womb can respond to the Spirit of God. John the Baptist did a little Holy Spirit dance in the womb in response to Jesus, we read in Luke 1. And all through time, we've seen that children are responsive to the Spirit of God. Even our own children in the womb, when the presence of God would come, would move in a different way. And we need to see our children saturated in the things of God, because God is stirring up this generation. And boy, do we need the church to be strong at this time. And it begins when they are young.
Amen. Well, Ali, thank you so much for taking time out on your vacation to come on this show. There's so much more to share, and just encourage our viewers to reach out to your resources. Thank you for blessing us today with your message.
Thanks.
If you weren't inspired by Ali's story, I don't know. You need to check your pulse. Have a great day. God bless.
So you actually journeyed through Helen's book whilst you were pregnant, so you experienced it at the right moment. What impact did it have on your journey?
Huge in terms of the what Helen's been talking about not being fearful and trusting God. You're on this journey and you so want to do it with God, but it's hard. You don't have a clue what you're doing. You don't have a clue what your body's doing, and it's really practical as well. And yeah, I had a lot of fear from previous miscarriages, and as I was reading the book, it was actually I was nearing labour, and that's just a terrifying thought if you've never been there. And it totally changed my perspective. I read it in one sitting, cover to cover, and I came out of the room where I'd been reading it and just felt in a totally different place spiritually. I felt filled with faith and God's presence, and kind of ready to go. So yeah, real blessing there.
So it can be hearing people's birthing stories, the anticipation of labour, that can be the big thing. There's the big fear. So thinking back to when you were reading the book, what was sort of one or two things that stood out for you that really helped you along the way?
One of the really practical things is that the book has declarations and specific things that you can pray if you're fearful or if you're worried about certain situations. And sometimes you know you're supposed to pray for your baby, but it's hard not to just pray, I hope they're safe and well, and this is just really biblical, specific things that you could pray every day, and prayers for when you were worried, and something that I took into the labour room with me as well, a declaration kind of over her birth. And yeah, that's just amazing to not have to think of the wording yourself, but just to go with that and let it build my faith.
I think the courses are really brilliant. I love that it was a combination of both practical and really inspiring, and one of the things I loved best was hearing about the amazing spirituality of babies and young children.